Hi everyone, this is Rashim Mogha. I know a lot of you requested for my Career Accelerator workshop and the recording for it. So what I did was I recorded it during the session and I'm bringing you a condensed version of that workshop so that you can leverage it as well. Please note that I have removed the tool set and the skill set sections and I only talk about the mindset aspect in this video, but it will still give you clarity. I'm also opening doors to my very special 6-week Career Accelerator program that would start in January. The details are at the end of this video, and there is a QR code. You can actually scan that QR code to get all details of the Career Accelerator workshop and enroll so that I can help you with the mindset, skill set, and the tool set you require to accelerate your career in 2024. Happy viewing, and I look forward to your feedback. Let's get started and take a look at this picture, and in the chat, just let me know what do you see. It's going to be an interactive session, so I'm looking for everybody to comment in there or let me know what you're seeing. Tree, cheetah, birds flying, gorilla, lioness, tree first and then two animals. Flying birds from tree or sky. Here is the news flash. There's no right answer to this. There are various psychology articles that are going to tell you that if you see the gorilla first, maybe you're more creative and you may take more risks. If you see the tiger, you're more calculative. But the reality is that the beauty of this picture is that there can be many perspectives to the same picture. And that's what I want to highlight when we talk about the success formula, because success is 50% mindset, 30% skill set, and 20% tool set. And that's how the EVA framework is built on: discover, visualize, and actualize. Does this resonate with you? Just keep on typing or sharing so that I know. Now, many of the business leaders that I talk to as part of our EVA coaching program talk to me about how they're stuck in their career. So, which of this resonates with you? You excel at what you do, but you aren't being recognized or promoted. You often receive feedback that you're not strategic or you're not aggressive, and that you're stuck. You don't know how to move forward, or you want to fast track your career while maintaining work life harmony. I see various versions of this pop up as I talk to EVA family members and also to the coaching clients that I have. When you look at this picture, take a moment and tell me, what do you see? Please type in your answers. Absolutely. Growth, accomplished women, speaking at different events. What you do not see is how many times I've failed as a leader. And what you can't see over here is the imposter syndrome that I dealt with at each one of these companies as I joined these new positions. And what I want to tell you with this picture is that basically, when you think about what you see on social media, what you see as success for other people is not necessarily the full story. And that's the critical part. And that's why mindset becomes so important in the conversations. So let me pause over here and ask you this question: who are you? Because this question is going to lead us to the 6 growth aspects that we are going to focus on today in terms of how can you accelerate your career. So take your time. In 3 words, tell me, who are you? If you had to introduce yourself to me today, what would you say? I know that when people used to ask me, who are you? I used to say, hi, I'm Rashim Mogha. I'm a project manager at NIIT. Or I would say, hi, I'm Rashim Mogha. I'm SVP and general manager at Skillsoft. Ali, strategic, creative, product obsessed. Awesome. And this brings us to the first aspect, critical aspect of growth, which is storytelling. Everything is a story. Every conversation is a story. And why storytelling as a skill, as a competency is so important is because it helps you tie your values, superpower, and work together. It helps in disseminating information in an engaging way, I know, Ali, I've seen you in terms of how you disseminate information in a very, very engaging way. It helps you build relationships and it helps you get stakeholder buy-in aspect. If you want to grow in your career, you want to think about what is your ability to sell a story or tell a story and then sell it. That's important. So understanding your story and knowing how to leverage it in the conversations becomes really important. Let's talk about the second key element, communicating. Communication is the key. Now, how does communication help? Communication helps with setting expectations, giving and receiving feedback, responding strategically rather than reacting, leading effective team meetings, setting boundaries, and saying no without offending the other person. Now, I was in a conversation not too long ago with a few leaders, and one of the leaders mentioned to me that I often get feedback that I need to work on my communication skills. But the reality is that that's such a broad topic when you start thinking about communication skills. People do PhD in communication and aspects of communication. So how do I take that feedback and take it forward? And that was a very important moment because at that time we all realized that basically you need to focus on certain aspects of communication. When you start thinking about communication, we need to look at it from a perspective of what makes sense in this business setting. Now, let's talk about the third piece, which is influencing. Why do you need to influence? Why do you need to have that influencing skill? Because you're most likely to be noticed and promoted and get raises if you have influencing capabilities. Influencing also helps you align teams and stakeholders to project goals. They help you motivate and inspire team, manage change, resolve conflict, and building high performing teams. Influencing doesn't mean that you are a pushover. That's the important point that you need to bring back home from here, that it doesn't mean that you are a pushover. It's basically having confidence in all your other skills and being able to use your story, your communication skills to be able to influence others. How many times have you thought to yourself, if I just do good work, my work would be noticed? Yes, I see raise of hands over there. Great. I used to think that early on in my career as well. The reality is that that's not true. Managing up, across, and down, we've heard about it multiple times, but how does it help you in accelerating your career? It helps you get promoted, helps you focus on strategic initiatives. You get a better negotiator if you can manage up, across, and down. It also empowers the team to grow. If you are a team leader and you want your team to grow, that's where it helps. And then establishing yourself as a leader. Then negotiating. That's another skill that we need to help advance your promotion, to resolve conflict around milestone, resources, and scope. And then creating a win-win situation so that nobody feels at the end of negotiation that they lost in the process. And then I want to talk about managing energy. What you also did not see in the picture, the slide that I had about myself, is the trips that I had to make to the hospital. I remember when I was at AWS one fine day, I wasn't feeling great. And I said, I'll just go to my doctor and see what's going on. I go to my doctor, I schedule an appointment, go to my doctor. The doctor looks at me, takes my vitals, and said, we need to admit you into the hospital. I'm like, what's going on? No, I can't go to the hospital right now. And the doctor said, no, not happening. Called an ambulance and I was moved into the hospital. 1.5 days later, I was undergoing surgery. I spent over 7 days in the hospital, not knowing when I would be going back home and if I would be going back home. That's what that stress did to me. Being able to manage your energy is so important, because then you can start thinking about getting promoted without feeling guilty, without feeling that your personal life is suffering, your health is suffering, your family is suffering, because you're going to give 18 to 20 hours every day to work. And it also means that you leverage your influencing skills, negotiation skills, your delegation skills to create that space in your career so that you can start focusing on what matters most and how you're going to basically redesign your day so that 80% of the time that you are spending, you're spending on strategic initiatives that are going to make an impact to the business and make an impact to your career. Excelling at career, not at a job. That's very important. I hear often from people, oh, I'm 200% dedicated to that job. I'll tell you, it will be a rude surprise for everybody, but you cannot future proof your job. What you can future proof is your career. And that happens if you know your story, if you have influencing skills, if you have delegation skills, if you can negotiate and you can bring it all together in such a way that it makes an impact and it makes your personal brand shine and who you are shine so that you can future proof your career. So if you are not managing your energy correctly, you're not able to inspire your team or motivate your team. You can't maximize your day for success. You can't excel in your career because you're so tunnel viewed excelling in your job. And then you're constantly feeling guilty because now suddenly you're in a place where you're spending so much time, but your leaders tell you that you're not strategic, but you're always working. You are at all these meetings that you are attending, but you're told you're not a great communicator, or you come across aggressive, or you come across as you don't know what you're talking about, or you can't engage with your stakeholders, you can't negotiate the timelines with them. As a result, you are struggling and your team is struggling then because you don't know how to do it better. A 6-week live online program so that I can empower you with mindset, skill set, and tool set that's required to accelerate your career. We'll be starting on January 19, 2024, and we'll be going till February 23rd. I'm sorry, this should have been February 23rd. There'll be weekly 1-hour live sessions with examples, use cases, and templates. So all the tool set that I shared with you, the skill set that I shared with you, we would actually be imparting that to you in this 6-week program. There will also be 30-minute live recap sessions every week to review the concepts that you covered with your cohort, and also understanding, how to get support on your challenges. So there might be feedback from me, but there might be feedback from other people in the cohort as well. And you'll not just learn from me in these 30 minutes, you'll learn from our guests that will be part of these conversations and also from your cohort group. And then there'll be weekly exercises to apply the concepts directly to the challenges at your work. Many times we go through programs, but we don't know how to apply those programs and the learnings in your everyday job. And this Accelerator program would actually help you apply whatever you're learning to your job and contextualize it. Who is this for? If you have 3 to 20 years of professional experience, if you excel at what you do, but you aren't being recognized or promoted, you often receive feedback that you're not strategic, you come across as aggressive, your communication isn't great, you feel like you're stuck, you don't know how to move forward in your career, and if you want to fast track your career while maintaining work-life harmony. If any of these situations or multiple one of these resonate with you, this program is for you. We offer this a couple of times a year. The program fee is $2,500. You can use this QR code to register. We keep the cohort small, so we are not planning to have 20 to 40 people in this cohort. This cohort is going to be limited to maximum 10 people. This is your time to go ahead and register for this program and join me in accelerating your career.